What could drive a man to leap from a jetliner, ransom in hand, into the freezing darkness, never to be seen again? On November 24, 1971, Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 departed Portland, Oregon, bound for Seattle. It was the day before Thanksgiving, and the Boeing 727 carried 36 passengers and 6 crew members, expecting nothing more than a short, routine hop north. Among the passengers was a man who identified himself as Dan Cooper, later known as D.B. Cooper. He was an unremarkable figure, mid-40s, business suit, raincoat, briefcase. But beneath that calm exterior, Cooper harbored a plan that would stun the nation and ignite a mystery that endures to this day. The jet climbed into the rainy Pacific Northwest sky. Flight attendants moved through the cabin, serving drinks. But at 3 p.m., Cooper handed a note to stewardess Florence Schaffner. She thought it was just another phone number, until he leaned closer and whispered, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Inside his briefcase, Cooper revealed a tangle of wires and red sticks. He demanded $200,000 in cash for parachutes and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. If his demands were not met, he threatened to blow up the plane. How did Cooper remain so calm, so methodical, as he negotiated with authorities? Did he truly intend to harm anyone? Or was this the work of a desperate man seeking a way out? The crew relayed Cooper's demands to air traffic control. For nearly 2 hours, Flight 305 circled Puget Sound as FBI agents scrambled to gather the ransom and parachutes. Passengers were told only that their arrival was delayed due to a minor mechanical difficulty. At 5:24 p.m., the plane landed at Seattle-Tacoma Airport. Cooper allowed all passengers and 2 flight attendants to leave in exchange for the money and parachutes. He kept 4 crew members on board. With the ransom secured, Cooper issued new instructions. Fly toward Mexico City at a low altitude, with the landing gear down and the rear stairway extended. He knew the 727 was one of the few commercial jets that could deploy its rear air stair in flight. What kind of man would know these technical details? Was Cooper a pilot, a paratrooper, or simply a meticulous planner? At 8:13 p.m., somewhere over the dense forests of southwestern Washington, a warning light flashed in the cockpit. The rear stairway had been lowered. The crew felt a sudden change in air pressure. When they checked, Cooper was gone, vanished into the stormy night. Parachute strapped to his back, $200,000 in cash tied to his body. The FBI launched one of the largest manhunts in American history. Helicopters, troops, and dogs scoured the wilderness, but no trace of Cooper was found. What went through the minds of the crew as they realized their hijacker had leaped into the unknown? Did they believe he could survive the perilous jump? Investigators combed the flight path, searching for clues. In 1980, a young boy found $5,800 in decaying $20 bills along the Columbia River. Money confirmed to be part of Cooper's ransom. But Cooper himself was never found, dead or alive. The FBI considered hundreds of suspects, ex-military, skydivers, fugitives, but none could be definitively linked to the crime. The case was officially closed in 2016, but the legend of D.B. Cooper lives on. How did Cooper's daring act expose vulnerabilities in airline security? What changes did it bring? The D.B. Cooper hijacking led to sweeping reforms in aviation security. Installation of Cooper vanes on all Boeing 727s, preventing the rear stairway from being lowered in flight. Increased screening of passengers and baggage at airports. Stricter protocols for handling ransom demands and hijackings. The case also highlighted the limits of law enforcement and the enduring allure of the perfect crime. Despite decades of speculation, Cooper's true identity remains unknown. Was he a desperate man with nothing left to lose, or a criminal mastermind who vanished with his prize? His story continues to inspire books, documentaries, and countless theories. Behind the myth are the real people who lived through the ordeal. The flight crew who remained calm under pressure, the passengers who returned home to their families, and the investigators who spent years chasing shadows. What can we learn from the D.B. Cooper hijacking? That even in an age of technology and surveillance, some mysteries endure, and that the human drive for freedom, risk, and reinvention can take the most unexpected forms. The legacy of D.B. Cooper is a challenge. To remain vigilant, to question the boundaries of possibility, and to remember that even the most ordinary moments can become extraordinary chapters in history.